I want to talk to you, if I may, Russell, about Audible original Revelation connecting with the sacred in everyday life.
I wondered if and when you were going to bring that up, because as you know, I'm obligated to promote that. Not that I consider it to be any great chore. I was willing to take the money. I enjoyed writing the Audible original. I was happy to read it out in the booth. And as it turns out, everything I said, I believed in. It's meant to be an exploration of the sacred, but you're the professional. You're the man behind the desk in front of an electric organ of some description. Please guide me through this topic as you've done so many times, still yet without betraying any sign of world weariness.
My soul died a long time ago, Russell, and my soul left my body on camera in 2002. You can actually see the episode where it leaves. I believe I was talking to David Hasselhoff and it just left. Has never returned. But I want to talk to you about this because I think it's a great mix of the serious and the silly. I think you take this to heart, this search for truth. One of the things that you wanted to do pre-pandemic to help promote this Audible original was to go out into the world and try things, experience things. You wanted to take ayahuasca. Is that true?
I'm in recovery from drugs and alcohol one day at a time for over 18 years. I think it has become clear in the world, Conan, now that materialism and post-Enlightenment rationalism is no longer providing us with the solutions we need to everyday life. This is why there is so much division. Take this time of pandemic where the stated objective is to somehow return to normal. It's a normal, in inverted commas, that many, many people were deeply dissatisfied with. The fissures and fractures in both of our nations are evidence of how unhappy people have been for a long time. And while superficially we may be squabbling about borders, boundaries, walls, or even serious subjects such as race or gender or sex, I think that all of this is, in fact, a reference to a deeper spiritual malaise. Like many people, I think cultures that have retained a connection to mystery, sometimes through shamanism, may have answers that we ourselves need to access at this time. The problem is, I've burned all my drug bridges, even if they're lovely, cozy drug bridges, taken, psilocybin or stuff taken in a jungle in a complex way with a shaman. I can't do it.
Right.
I'd like you to do it and to vicariously experience the giddy thrills of hallucinogens, perhaps through you.
What you're proposing is that because you are in recovery, and congratulations on that, that's a great achievement. Because you're in recovery, what you'd like to do is have me take ayahuasca and you observe me and see how I react, and that will give you the necessary information you need. Is that right?
All I need is for you to wear a simple, humble body glove, for us to be neurologically connected through a series of sticky patches so that I see what you see and I feel what you feel. Is the body glove too great a request to make of you? I mean, like the psychedelic world is not the only way to experience revelation. Revelation and epiphany are encountered and experienced everywhere. We're all looking for something, but I think it's the body glove which is selling me on it most ferociously.
Listen to me, Russell. Were you to see me in a very tight, form-fitting body glove, you would experience quite a revelation, I promise you.
Hello, old friend.
I would do that for you. I'm very fond of you. I'm a big fan of yours, and I would happily take this. I would take an ayahuasca. I would do it. I don't even know what it is. I'm very straight.
Studies have revealed, Conan, that psilocybin, the active psychedelic ingredient, in magic mushrooms, is as effective in treating depression as the best pharmaceutical depression drugs that there are. I'm fascinated in this. I mean, as I say, for me as a person in recovery, it's something that I have to be extremely cautious about. But you, as a man who sacrificed his soul to Knight Rider decades ago, you've got very little to lose.
You are right that I can only go up from here, from where I am. You're looking at a husk of a man, a dried out husk, a man who gave everything he had to American television for close to 30 years. And how have I been repaid? To be mocked by a man lying in bed on a British Isle that our people fled hundreds of years ago. This is my fate now. This is what I must be subjected to, is you laughing at me in bed.
Other realms that hold the solution for you and I, Conan. The material world, the late night world, it's given you all it has to offer. It has nothing else to give you. It can only take from you now.
Yes.
It can only continue to suck at your grey, presumably noodle-length nipple again and again, dragging at that whimpering dug that has no further yields, Conan. For us now.
Did you just refer to my breast as a dug? I mean, I don't think no one's done that since T.S. Eliot. That was my hat. My virtual hat is off to you. My presumably noodle-like gray dug. That's fantastic.
That the English people have not held an American in such high regard since T.S. Eliot came to this country, and right near to where I live right now, as a matter of fact, to write some of his greatest poetry. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think Conan, look, this is what I truly believe. And the fact is that in it, like the original intention was to go on a sort of, yes, perhaps potentially psychedelic journey, certainly to meet shaman, neurologists and geniuses of every description in order to discover what is it that's going to fulfill us now that we know that the material world cannot quench us, now that we know technology is not going to provide us the answer, particularly not technology in the hands of the same people that have deployed the mindset that has led us to the precipice where we now find ourselves. Therefore, an investigation into the sacred, the re-sacralizing of the everyday, make our relationships with one another sacred, make our communities sacred, make even our haircuts and our crystal wands sacred. This is surely the answer. So I couldn't do that, though, because obviously, the pandemic, everyone got locked up, travel got banned. So I sort of just simply had to go on a journey of reflection and introspection. But I was able to discover the sacred through the death of friends, through the death of my dear beloved, recently reincarnated in kitten form. So I don't know, there is a reincarnation because it's another life, but I'll show you the evidence. You may think I sound mad, but I can show you the kitten, as I often find myself saying in court. Are
you saying that you lost someone and that you believe they've been reincarnated as a kitten?
It's not as crazy as it sounds, because it was a cat in the first place.
Oh.
And in fact, I can show you the visual.
Oh, well, wait. Yes. Look,
what's the problem with that?
A cat.
What? Yeah.
A cat coming back as another cat? What's that all about?
Not a game show. It's not like you're trying to live as many. It's not like Dr. Dolittle carousel. Oh, I was a cat, now I'm a dog, now I'm a horse, now I'm a lizard, now I'm a boy child with a twinkle in my eye, now I'm a wandering minstrel. The idea is just that we're on some limitless wheel of the non-material world is realizing itself through material. There are subtler frequencies making themselves manifest through matter. And if that's a problem for you, Conan, I will simply provide the kitten and put this matter to bed once and for all.
Okay, let's see this amazing creature that died as a cat and came back as another cat.
That we may live. That we may live.
Oh my God.
And do you know when it was? It was on Easter as well.
You're descending into your own mind right now. You're lost.
Hades. We must venture into the underworld to retrieve the boon. How else are we to retrieve the boon without a journey to the underworld? Right. I give you exhibit. This is once. Let's put this argument about reincarnation, which is a sacred belief to the Hindus. Let's face it. And if you don't believe that that's a serious matter, talk to Hank Azaria. Now here is a depiction by Noel Fielding, the great British comedian, of my cat Morrissey. Here is a further depiction by another artist. He was much beloved. Artists couldn't get enough of him. They were always depicting him. This is by David Lynch, and it's a drawing of what he says limitless consciousness looks like. And if you can follow that, you should probably try watching one of his films. So you'll also enjoy them. Now here is what beneath this humble blanket is the answer to life's great mysteries, Conan. When I draw back the veil, prepare to be dazzled, because this ordinary Bengal cat.
Oh,
See now, you see how
look
all the
at
others,
that.
in fact,
That's gorgeous.
aren't they beautiful?
Oh, how many?
Now
Oh, they're beautiful.
Aren't they so lovely? And look at her. She doesn't know. She doesn't know she's on TBS, and there could be a dozen people watching this right now. See now, like.
Well, that's quite optimistic. A dozen. I think we shook them by now, Russell.
Maybe on the YouTube if we tweet
who knows?
about it.
We don't worry about those things. Those are material concerns that I don't worry about anymore.
Meaningless. Ego, vanity. Who cares? This is the moment. It doesn't matter if people watch it or not. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. All our graves go unattended. You know, that's what I say. Weeds grow over our tombstones. Who cares? Enjoy the now.
Dust on the wind of history, Conan. Here we are, trying to make our talk shows work and our Audible originals sell. And for what? This did Christ die on the cross? Did Cat Jesus come back on Easter Monday, by the way, just so that we could squander our precious time here pursuing ratings?
No, I answered it for you.
Thank you.
Listen, so which one is the reincarnated Morrissey?
Well, he's actually on the nipple now, and I'm reluctant to remove him because it seems cruel, but I will do it because, this is otherwise the bit doesn't have a natural conclusion. So, I've still got a producer's mind, even though I only work very briefly in television.
The bit has to have a finish. That's one of the sacred truisms of the universe.
It does. You can't, if there's a rifle. Oh, sorry, I felt him come off of the nipple there. That felt wrong.
That's Morrissey.
Behold, Cat Jesus, he is risen. And I'm not making a mockery of Christianity there, by the way. Just, you saw the pictures by Noel Fielding. You saw the drawings by Lynch. You see this cat. You see that all the others are Bengal looking. And here he is. Risen again. Go back. It's a shame we can't offer him your little noodle nip to have a little suck on. See if he can't get the last bit of Baywatch's titty juice.
You've gone, this in our country. About 50 years ago, we had a saying, "You've gone crackers, man. You flipped. You've lost it. You've gone mad."
Well, I get excited sometimes by you, and by you encourage me. And this is always a problem of mine at school. And as a heroin addict, if people encouraged me, I would take more heroin until the point where I sometimes felt quite unwell.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad those days are behind you now. I'm glad.
Thank the Lord.
You seem happy. You seem comfortable. You seem centered and at peace. I've loved seeing your home. I'd love to visit in person one day when that's allowed.
Yes, I would love that. I would certainly have you here. You're a very tall person with, in a sense, no need to make themselves a follicular bonnet, but you've done that nonetheless. But you would fit in our humble cottage, and we would very much love to take care of you if we could, Mr. O'Brien. I mean, we would offer you our finest gruel.
Why did we suddenly go into a Dickens novel?
I don't know. I was uncomfortable with sincerity.
I know.
Which I'm sure is a feeling you must.
Well, I'm going to make sure I get the word out. Revelation, connecting with the sacred in everyday life, is available now exclusively on Audible. Russell, I say this with sincerity. I can't think of who I enjoy talking with more. It's always pyrotechnic. Beautifully strange, and I'm always in heaven when we're babbling our foolishness, and so thank you. You made my day. I really appreciate it, and I hope that I made your night, because you're in England right now.
That's right, and you're a valuable person in my life, and I hope I get to see you when I'm next over there, and our door is always open to you. Not literally, that would be a security risk, but metaphorically, consider it open.
Well, Russell Brand, thank you very, very much. This was very nice. And I think now you should just slip off to sleep, I think you should close your eyes and just drift off to sleep.
I'm beginning to think that these are my last precious moments alive, and this is the vision that will present me as I pass into the next life. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Go to the light, Russell. Go to the light.
The lights never look more attractive.
You will be reincarnated as Russell Brand.
Ooh,
yeah.
Wow, man. Crazy. Oh, how does that happen?